This is a story that intrigued me. Do you guys see? Don't you hate that fucking word? I saw it and I was intrigued. You know, like the whole world should be rejoicing that you're fucking fascinated. Just say it sparked your interest. You were intrigued. Ugh, what a self-serving fucking word that is. That's a deal breaker right there. If you're ever on a date and somebody uses that word on a first date, unless you're a fucking douche and you want to, you know, maybe cancel out your douchiness, you know, like two negatives make a positive and maybe your baby will come out and be a good shit. I'm telling you right now, steer clear if anybody ever uses the word intrigued. You know, as if their artsy fucking glasses didn't give themselves away to begin with the second that word comes out of their mouth. You know, if you can't do the math on that, I can't fucking help you. Here's a story that just piqued my interest. Have you guys seen this shit about the Greenpeace 30? It's basically 28 Greenpeace guys, ladies, whatever the fuck you call them, Greenpeacers, and 2 journalists. For some stupid fucking reason, they just decide out of the fucking blue to go up into the Arctic Circle. All right? And I gotta say this right. Basically what they did, they tried to board, more than a month ago, after Russian Coast Guard seized 28 Greenpeace activists and 2 journalists in the Arctic waters following their attempt to board a Russian oil rig. These guys had a meeting. These 28 people had a fucking meeting. And they were like, all right, here's the plan to help save the environment. Or at the very least, try to slow down the changing of the environment. Because there's always going to be an environment. You know, taking one from George Carlin there. There will always be an environment. It's just changing. So they don't like the direction that some of the other human beings, the effects they're having on us. They decide that they're going to, try and stop these guys from drilling in this area that Greenpeace feels they shouldn't be drilling in. So they're sitting there in the war room drawing up these plans. All right? And I'm just picturing myself in this fucking meeting. Because I don't have a problem with Greenpeace. You know? Looks like a very thrilling job. Sit there zigzagging in front of a fucking whaling ship. Wind in your hair. You know? People from other lands shaking their fist at you. That sounds like a hell of a... That sounds way better than tying yourself to a tree. Going, come on, man. Not this one. You know? It just seems like, it's a good time. So if I ever join Greenpeace, I could see myself getting sucked into a position where I'm in that meeting. All right? So now you're in the fucking meeting. And somebody up there, who God knows who, man or a woman, is up there going, all right, so we're going to go up to the Arctic Circle. Right there, I'm like, all right, that's going to be fucking cold. What is it? It's October. The fucking planet's starting to tilt away from the sun up there. I don't know about this. Are we going up there on an icebreaker? That's my first concern. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And now we're going to go fuck with the Russians. Whoa. Right there, I'm looking around the room. Did he just say Russians? Am I going to fuck with the Russians? My whole life as a childhood, those were the guys you didn't want to fuck with. You don't want to fuck with the Russians. You know? This isn't like you're going to go over there and you're going to go mess with, I don't know. Pick somebody. The Estonians. Who the fuck knows anything about Estonia? I don't. Estonia, what are they doing over there? Do they eat people? They don't eat people? Oh, fuck it. Let's go over and let's go mess with them. The second you say Russians, I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? And then they get to the fucking point, and then we're going to pull up to their oil rig. We're going to shoot some ropes up it, like we're in an action movie, and we're going to start climbing up the side of it, and we're going to board their oil rig. Right there, I'm out. I'm not fucking doing that shit. You out of your mind? We're going to get shot. Somebody is going to take a fucking meat cleaver right as we get up to the top. They're going to pour fucking oil on us. So anyways, these fucking jerk-offs get on this goddamn boat, and then 2 journalists go with them to cover it. And they They go out there, and exactly what you would have thought would happen, happened, plus fucking like Russian Navy SEAL looking guys with these fucking awesome guns pointed at these people. They arrested all of them. They took their boat and the 2 journalists. The Greenpeace guys are saying that the fucking boat was in international waters. Gives a fuck. You're at the top of the planet. There's no street signs. You know, what are you looking at, your little fucking watch? Oh, we're on this longitude and this latitude. Nobody gives a fuck. You just tried to board our oil rig. All bets are off. So anyways, they all got arrested and they're being charged with piracy and they're beside themselves. They're just saying, yeah, the Russians just don't seem to understand. And it's like, no. You don't understand. You fucking morons. You don't do shit like that. My neighbor was planting some ugly bushes in his yard, and I wanted to protest. I wouldn't try to fucking rappel into his living room. And then when they arrest me for fucking breaking and entering, I wouldn't be all playing the victim, being like, dude, what are you talking about? I was protesting your shrubs. You just don't seem to have the same sense of humor about this that I do. So, so I don't know. Like, everybody's feeling like talking about this like they're the victims. It says the organization's UK executive director has worked every weekend since the incident in the Pechora Sea I hope I said that right, the Pechora Sea, while leading efforts to secure their release, but is still finding it difficult to sleep. He's in a constant rush or interview, blah, blah, blah. He said Russia is sending out a clear signal saying hands off our part of the Arctic and hands off complaining about our right to drill for oil there. I think they're saying something a little more than that. Don't fucking show up to our oil rig like you got Tom Cruise on the boat. You're going to do some Mission Impossible shit. This is the real world. Jesus Christ, you guys know how dumb I am, right? I know not to go out on a fucking boat and try and board a Russian oil rig. You know? I would just be like that guy in Platoon the whole time. I got a bad feeling about this, man. So we're going out there listening to the mamas and the papas. Some hippie shit. All the leaves are brown. And the sky is gray. And the sky is gray. And these fucking guys start screaming at you in Russian. Dude, the guns they had pointed at them were the shit. I got to tell you that right now. I think that was the Game Over. I think it was called the Game Over 9000. That's what the fuck they were pointing at them. So, what are you going to do? There's a lot of dumb ways to go to prison, but I got to say that's right up there. How awful is it to get arrested for piracy and you didn't even fucking take the time to dress up like one? You know? That would be the only saving grace. I'd be like, the only way I'm going on this mission is if I get that fucking Hamburglar striped shirt, put a patch over my eye, and some sort of cutlass in my fucking mouth. Is that a knife or is that a gun? I don't fucking know. What do you call that? One of those. It's not a sword. It's a fat sword. It's like a meat cleaver that got an erection. Stick that right in your fucking mouth. It's very phallic. And then you climb up the side going, arr, arr, you fucking stop drilling in the Arctic, matey. But instead, you're fucking climbing up the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want you drilling for oil. Okay, all right, easy, guys. Hands up, everybody. Jesus, they're serious. All right, let's get to some advertising here for this week. The Greenpeace 30, everybody. Let's try to keep up on that one. Can you believe it? Who would have thought? Who would have thought you couldn't fucking just pull up to an oil rig in the middle of the fucking ocean? Dude, you couldn't do that to Exxon. At the very least, someone's going to pee on you as you're climbing up the side. Somebody. It's far enough in the ocean, somebody might even take a shit. I don't think cell phone cameras work out there because of the Bermuda Triangle.